This is Jim. He's cleaning the reflecting pools at the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. Jim and his team are working beneath a 27-foot tall waterfall in near total darkness, vacuuming every inch of the pool. Their goal is to do it without missing a spot. It's a physically demanding job, but that's not the only challenge.
I've never actually marked how many miles it is, but you do a few miles in there and it could be humid. And you come out of there and you feel like you walked on the moon almost.
The pools are nearly an acre each, so it would take hours to finish the job before the sun comes up. While he works inside the pool, other crew members work on the bronze panels above ground. These routines happen 5 days a week and are essential for keeping the memorial in pristine condition for the millions who come to pay their respects here. They start by shutting off the waterfalls, and over the next 8 hours, Jim and his team work tirelessly to deep clean this pool.
The hardest part is it's a long task. The pool is big. It's not a swimming pool. You know, it's a 200 by 200 giant pool. I'm gonna pull the hose out and then bring it back or whatever. Just, you don't have to use the whole reel. We're gonna have too much hose. We usually have 3 men through the pool, so 2 guys be in the pool and 1 guy will be outside running the pumps, which collect the debris and return the clean water back to the pool. Once we're set, we're on our way. I go and vacuum generally, and I have whoever's with me that night brushes behind. Come on, hurry up.
Sorry.
We don't got all day, yeah?
All right.
The vacuum will capture most of the debris, and the person brushing will knock up some of the other loose debris that doesn't get caught, and it will be caught into like some of our filters that we have running downstairs. No, I'm trapped in the hose here. I'm gonna trip myself. And we'll be on America's bloopers.
The workers generally clean out dirt, leaves, and algae from the bottom of the pools. They also remove larger items that visitors drop or throw in. They don't always know what they'll encounter in the pool each night.
We find kids' toys, little small items, depends on the crowd. One night I actually found a bat in there. And I'm not talking about a baseball bat, I'm talking about a bat. It was pretty wild when it flew away from me when I realized I was grabbing a bat. Depending on the cleanliness of the pool, it could take anywhere between 6 and 7 hours. And sometimes if we feel up to it, we could do it a little quicker. Some people treat this place like a wishing well, so we do catch some money. And unfortunately, I think some people, being that it's so far removed from the original 9/11, I think some people are a little uneducated about this place, and some people treat it like just a regular fountain, and they're throwing garbage in here sometimes too. You know, people have to learn that this isn't your mall fountain. I knew a few of the brokers that passed away. A whole group of them had a meeting in one of the towers, unfortunately, and except for one trader, all of them perished. I think about them often because we go up top where the names are and brush near the nameplates, the troughs, and on the north side they're all on one panel. So I see their names just about every day. Total waste of lives that, you know, could have been doing good in the world now.
While Jim and the team finish cleaning the pools below, Ryan is tackling the bronze name panels above. The panels honor the 2,983 victims of the attacks on the World Trade Center, both in 1993 and 2001. Ryan will have to strip the top layer of metal and use a blowtorch to remove a carving someone etched onto the plaque, without damaging the rest of the memorial.
This confuses me why you'd want to write something here. For a mark like that, you have to go pretty deep, get all the way down. Otherwise, you can't really get rid of it. If you don't go down far enough, you'll see it when you refinish it. The further down you go, the better. Sometimes I've seen nice things written, but you know, they don't understand. You can't just write whatever you want on it.
After briefly assessing the damage, Ryan needs to remove the protective bars so he can reach the entire metal surface. To do this, he props up the bars with a wood plank and unhooks the brackets holding up the panels.
Whew. Now what I'll do is rub it down with a naphtha. It's almost like a paint thinner. It just kind of takes the wax off, so I'm not burning wax. If I can open it. And it shouldn't take too long once I get the torch on it. There's so much in the prep and then the finishing, the torch is actually not that bad.
After sanding down the top layer of panel and neutralizing the wax, Ryan is ready to blowtorch the damaged area to melt the metal in the patina so he can repaint the color layer and restore the panel to its original state.
This is what we use, and it's basically just a patina in a solution. Oh, I haven't used you in a while. Prep them. So I'm basically getting up to the right temperature. If it's too cold, it'll go on spotty. If it's too hot, it'll kind of evaporate off or it'll get burnt.
In the summer months, the longest part of the job is waiting for the burned panel to cool before applying a new layer of wax and an acrylic top coat to finish the restoration process.
We're gonna put the acrylic spray on it. Just kind of like a clear coat. Helps it kind of adhere a little bit better. The last step really, well, besides buffing the wax off. So I'm just gonna put the wax on real nice, not too hard, not a lot, you don't need a ton. Just put it on lightly. The wax will go over the finish and make it look, once I polish it, it'll look brand new. Got a little bit of heat, but that's because it's still hot. But it was right here.
Now, all Ryan has to do is buff off the excess wax using a white Scotch-Brite pad.
And then once it gets smooth, you know you're done. When people do something like that, I wouldn't say it makes me angry. I get it. Some of these people might not have even been alive when it happened, or they were too young to get it. My uncle was a New York City firefighter, and he was hurt really bad here, but luckily he survived. We got a little lucky.
After a strenuous 6 to 7 hours of cleaning, Jim and the team are ready to head out of the pool. By tomorrow morning, a new batch of visitors will see sparkling pools below rushing waterfalls. And most of them won't know that Jim's team was even here.
When we finished the pool, most of the time we're just ready to really get out of there. And most of our inspection, we're fairly confident that we did the proper job. There's always a little fail factor, but not too bad. My father worked in these buildings almost his whole life, and my father was here for the '93 bombing, and that was before cell phones and everything. And he was on the 30th floor of the second tower. When he was there, he was like the floor marshal. He came home full of soot, but he stayed there because there was people that couldn't get down the steps, so he made sure that he stayed with them. So I think on 9/11 day, if he was here, we probably would have lost him because he wouldn't have left. He passed away a couple of years ago. He was always so proud of the job. I probably had chances to do other things in this building, but even if I wanted to do another job, I wouldn't because of him. And now, I love doing it, so I do it.